All right. I wanted to ask you about this time. I have not shared this with anyone, but I've seen other people sharing it. So I just wanted to ask you real quick. Now, my actual question is just about the embryology and how you would translate these passages. But yeah, since everyone's sharing this,
Who's everyone?
a bunch of people.
Oh,
You've seen people sharing this. Muslims who don't like you and Christians who don't
And
like
there are
you.
Muslims that don't like?
There are some.
Very weird.
So, my main question was just, is that Photoshop? Is that a photo? Is that a
Okay,
Photoshop?
so let me explain it to you.
Okay.
First off, you want me to read it? Or?
I'll go ahead and read
Go
it.
ahead.
So, someone named Mansour Maliki, who doesn't seem to like you, or me, he doesn't like me either, said, so to be absolutely, he's talking to you, he says, so to be absolutely clear, you agree that jizya should be imposed on all disbelievers, and if they refuse, they should be fought and their women and children enslaved. And you replied, at least according to this. Again, I don't know, Photoshop. You could post.
I got you.
You could post them. I mean, you could ask me, David, do you like mashed potatoes? I say yes, and then you could switch the question to,
Happens all the
David,
time.
do you torture puppies or something like that?
You
Right?
torture puppies?
No. See,
I'm glad
it's
you don't.
Photoshop, right?
I agree.
So he asks, do you agree that jizya should be imposed on all disbelievers, and if they refuse, they should be fought and their women and children enslaved? The response here is, of course, and I have already made all of this clear in my durus, but you never reached out to ask me. So the relevant questions would be, is that Photoshopped or something, or is there something else in the discussion that would clarify that? Keep in mind, saw this a while back, did not share it with one person because I was like, I know I'll be talking to you, so I might as well ask first.
Okay. Good. First thing, there's been a clarification posted on Twitter. I had given up all my social media, right, which I did not respond to that personally.
You're not on social media?
I am not on social media. Okay. Even the Twitter post that you're looking at, if you go to the actual Twitter page, there's a post on there that clarifies that I am not the one who runs the Twitter page. Right? I created that Twitter page originally as Abu Kutub just to explain books. What I used to talk about is, this is the book, this is the best manuscript, this is the best tahqiq, this is the best print, this is what's coming up, this is the benefits. When the traffic picked up so much that I couldn't keep up, I gave it up, right? And there was a post posted on Twitter to clarify. Okay? So that tweet was not from me personally, it was from my Twitter account, right? And there were other things done on that Twitter account, like some tweets which I did not agree with, and we made that clarification on Twitter, right? So we're clear about that. But if you want to talk about jizya, I'd be more than happy to discuss it.
Yeah, sure. So, wait a second. So,
Go ahead.
someone who works for you and controlled this Twitter
Does not
account
work
said,
for me. Somebody who volunteered to take care of the Twitter account made that post, and as I disapproved of it, he deleted it.
So you disproved it, it got deleted.
Yes, and that's
So
why.
you do know. So just to be clear,
Yes.
because I want it clear, because people
good.
are
I like
people
clarity.
are sharing this, right?
I know, yeah.
And I think
And we've already made it clear, but haters gonna hate, right? What you gonna do?
Well, I mean, keep in mind, because I found this from experience too. You know, you can say something about me and I can post a response. It doesn't mean everyone pays attention to my response, right? Just like someone can come after you.
Sure.
Not all that person's followers are going to see your response. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate
So-
you making this clarification for me.
Okay. So, just to be clear, you do not believe that jizya should be imposed on all disbelievers, and if they refuse, they should be fought and their women and children enslaved.
No. Right? But there are ahkam and places where jizya is implemented. Not all disbelievers. For example, when you have, I'll just give you a short example, right? For example, if you have Ahlul Dhimma that don't have the protection that's been given, there is no jizya, right? If there are Ahlul Dhimma that are not living under your Sharia, there is no jizya, right? So that cannot be blanketly used in that sense.
Has that been explained to Mansour Maliki?
I don't know who Mansour Maliki is, and if he wants, like, he can come and ask me directly. He didn't, so that means there's somebody who's just out there trying to cause.
He doesn't like either one of us. He said, when he posted this, he said, Uthman Farooq is actually a pathological liar. When with Christians, he'll deny things like offensive jihad and slavery, but when with Muslims, he'll affirm it. Him and David Wood are both vile. So we don't like either one of them.
So
So,
let me.
you got it.
Hold on. Let me.
He replied, Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Mansoor.
Mansoor is a troll. Nobody cares who he is.
Is he
I have
Muslim,
it's
right?
probably some atheist out there trying to be a troll. I don't know. Don't
Stop
care.
trolling.
Now, but just a clarification of that as well. I have never denied that there is anything called offensive jihad. Right? That's a lie from him, and if he can bring evidence, I'd be more than happy to see it. Right? I have never changed my views in front of Christians and Muslims. Everything I say is recorded. Everything I say in the masjid in front of Muslims is recorded and posted. Everything I say to you is recorded and posted. These are just haters, right? These are people of hasad, and that's why they want to. If this was somebody who wanted good for me or you, obviously they would reach out to me and you privately and ask us how we feel, and as we would explain it to him, make that public. But instead, he went and even though there was a clarification posted that this was not for me, and that tweet was immediately deleted when I saw it, even then he continued to post it because these are trolls, right? Islam has rules and regulations for defensive jihad and offensive jihad. There is rules and regulations for Ahlul Dhimma. I have a whole video that I talk about Jizya. So for him to say that I changed this is just his ignorance of knowing me, right? So I'm glad you made that clarification.